YouTube, welcome back to another video. It is literally just about to go 6. Gonna be taking you through a full day of eating, a full day of training, a full day in the life, pretty much. We have some urge work to attend to this morning, so that is what we're about to do now. Some work on the ski, some work on the row, and then we probably will just wrap up with half an hour or so on the Stairmaster after. So yeah, let's get it. Right, so that is urge work wrapped up. I am going to finish off with 30 minutes on the stairs, and then we will be on to a little physique check. New low this morning, 88.6 kg. Fucking hell. I'm withering away to nothing. Right, I'm just going to do this quick. It's a little bit awkward. I'm just going to quickly do a little rig check with the new low in which we weighed in at this morning. Now, I'm always awful at these angles. I'm not sure why, but I feel like the camera never does my physique justice. But the mirror does, for some reason. Right, so that is the current state of affairs. Hyrox or bodybuilding show at this point. You wouldn't be able to tell which. No, I'm joking. I'm certainly not that level of lean yet. I definitely won't get down to that level of lean, but I do want to find another couple kilos to knock off the frame. Like I said, 88.6 this morning. That's a new low for me. I reckon if we get down to around about 85, 86, 85 at the absolute lowest, I think that'll be a very good lifestyle look for me to hold year round, where I'm staying ready year round, ready to fire out content, look, feel confident, and obviously feel great as well. So yeah, I reckon another couple of weeks in this before we look to maintain and hold from there. Anyway, back home now, time to get meal one. Not before we grab a monster though. Nearly forgot. Let's not get silly now. This is a Finn Nugent vlog after all. Right, Monster secured a nice cold Rosa. Oh, lovely. I've got to be honest, I'm not a fan of these lighter mornings. The clocks went back a few days ago, and I'll be honest, it completely bit me in the arse. I've literally just invested heavily into a biomechanics course with Prescript. I was on their week 1 call last night, but that week 1 call last night was 10 PM UK, right? 10 PM GMT, and that would have been 6 PM Eastern their time, right? Now, I invested into this course a week back, and they had the time schedule for the calls throughout the week sent through via email. Now, I'm asking ChatGPT around what is 9 AM Eastern in UK time, what is 6 PM Eastern in UK time. Obviously, it hasn't fucking accounted for the clocks going back an hour, because the clocks technically hadn't gone back an hour yet. So I've rocked up to this call at 2 p.m. UK, which I thought was 9 a.m. Eastern. Turns out 9 a.m. Eastern is now 1 p.m. UK. So I had to stay up until about 11:30 p.m. last night on the first pre-script call. And yeah, I'll be honest, like I took it in, like I learnt a lot. It was extremely valuable, but honestly, on the build up to it, like my eyes were just slowly going. Usually I'm in bed by like 9 p.m. honestly. I'm an old man, in bed at 9, up at 4, 5 a.m, early starts. I like getting up and it being dark, and now the clocks have gone back. It's like, I mean, it's 7 a.m. and it's like broad daylight. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to heading deeper into the winter months and start to see the mornings get a little bit darker. I actually quite like it. It's weird, right? I like it. I mean, that's awful when it comes to like your circadian rhythm, getting sunlight exposure in your eyes early on, improving your mood, energy, productivity throughout the rest of the day. But yeah, I prefer the darker mornings. I feel like it makes me feel more productive, thinking that I've got up ridiculously early. People are still sleeping and I've already boxed off my cardio. I don't know, maybe. But anyway, home now, meal one. Right, boys. So, meal one, we have right here 4 whole eggs with 200 gram of egg white. And we also do have 85 gram of oats with 30 gram of whey. Keeping it very, very similar as you would have seen in previous videos. I like to keep my breakfast similar, right? My eggs, my oats, I look forward to that each and every morning. I can sustain that each and every morning. I enjoy it. So, that's what we're sticking with. I'm going to eat this now, shower up, and then I will be into the first work block of the day. Right, we are outside the gym now. It's just gone 3 p.m. I think I last filmed at like 8:30. So yeah, been locked into work for a little while, got a hell of a lot done, and we're now outside the gym about to go in and hit a pool session. I tell you what, Muscle Hut this time of year, there's no in between with that gym. In the summer, it's like a fucking sauna. In the winter, it's like a fucking ice container, right? I would say like September is a perfect little transitional period of that gym actually feeling like it's a comfortable temperature, right? Where you walk in, you're not sweating your fucking nads off the minute you step through the door. You can train and get a sweat on and get a good pump, but it's bearable, right? Right now, it's fucking freezing. Like, it's so fucking cold in there. So my protocol pre-session now is like 20 minutes of incline walking, which I don't count as extra cardio, by the way, just 20 minutes of incline walking and just to get warm prior to going into that first set, because I walk in and it's freezing fucking cold. The water fountain there as well delivers you freezing fucking cold water. Trying to actually drink throughout your session is a challenge. So yeah, I'm gonna go in, get some steps, some incline walking, and then I'll be straight onto my session from there. Right, quick one because we have to rush home and hop on some catch-up calls. Just got out the gym, went into Lidl, picked up my post-workout, 1 apple, 1 banana. Why? I'll explain why later. No, unfortunately, I'm not going to tell you why just yet. Instead, what I am going to do is show you the last meal, and then I'm going to go to bed because I'm exhausted. I've worked very, very late tonight, and then I'm going to pick up this YouTube video the following morning, explain a little bit around my diet, why I eat the way in which I do, why it works for me, and whatever else I really kind of want to catch you up on. So, last meal in the dog bowl, we have 200 gram of chicken, 1 pack of basmati microwave rice with some veg, some broccoli and cauliflower in there. And then to wrap things up with a nice little dessert in that disgusting green bowl that just seems to be my absolute go-to when it comes to storing food, or plating food, should I say? I can't really say plating food, can I? Because it's not a plate. Anyway, we have 350 gram of frozen raspberries. We have 350 gram of skyr yogurt with 30 gram of whey protein. So that is that there. Gonna eat this while watching something educational, probably give myself an hour of downtime, and then I'll be off to bed. It's been a long one today, lads, so just bear with, all right? Stay tuned till the end of the video, and I'll see you then. Right, all right, YouTube, gonna end this video here. Hand tattoo update. They're slowly healing. I reckon from past experience, I've got a few days left before they're just fully set and they're healed, and I'm no longer having to rub moisturizer on my hand every other hour of the day, because that just gets so tedious, especially when you come out the shower as well and it's just all wrinkly and flaky. You'd know if you've had tattoos. I'm booked in again to get the inner arm done that will complete this sleeve fully the week after my birthday, because it's my birthday next week. So the week after that, I'm going in for the inner arm, which apparently is brutal. So I'm not looking forward to that. I don't really look forward to any of my tattoos. But then after I get them, they look sick. And I'm like, I could probably do with some more. But no, with that, I did want to run through a breakdown of my diet. So first and foremost, calorie and macro breakdown right there. Now, as you can see throughout the day, I start off with a fairly big breakfast. I then train. I then have just a small snack afterwards. And then I have a fairly big dinner. So with that, that's just kind of what works for me. Now, is that what I would recommend or what I would program for clients? Absolutely not. It's not what I would consider is optimal, but it's optimal for me in that regards. Now, I've experimented many different sort of methods in terms of like, right, what is a diet that is going to work for me and is going to be sustainable for me, that I enjoy and I can stick to and get the result, right? The result being, I want to lose body fat. I want to get lean. I want to get down to 85 kilos. I'm currently 88 as of this morning, so 3 more kilos to go. But with that, it's just about finding what works for me. I've always kind of done well off a fairly big meal one. I can then quite happily go an extended period of time without eating. Again, not optimal for most, but for me, absolutely fine. I don't really need anything big post-workout, because I feel like if I have something big post-workout, I feel extremely sluggish, lethargic, and I just really struggle getting back into that second work block of the day. You got to think, I'm not trying to prioritize being an athlete at the minute. I'm trying to prioritize being a coach, right? That is my sole focus. So I'd rather just some easy digestible, light carbohydrates going in order to help the replenishment of my glycogen stores post-workout, and then an hour or so after that, that's when I have a bigger meal, which, as you can see, was the chicken rice and the skyr bowl, and that just works for me. I always like a nice big meal prior to going to bed. Again, not optimal for a lot of people, but I do leave that meal around about 3 hours before I go to bed, so it doesn't affect sleep, and that leaves me on a nice full stomach prior to going to bed, so that way I'm not hungry going to bed and even fucking hungrier waking up the following morning. I don't wake up thinking about food. I wake up, hydrate, caffeinate, and then I head straight to the gym for my fasted cardio. So that's why it works for me. It may seem controversial for some, but it works for me. That is why this is my controversial diet to stay lean year round. As you can see with my physique update, I'm in pretty decent nick at the minute. Well, we'll have to go back and see on this video. From at least what I can see in the mirror, I'm in pretty decent nick, right? When I get down to the high 80s in terms of my scale weight, that is very much when I start to look in shape, if that makes sense. I start to see more visible abs, more separation across the physique. I still look full. I can still get a good pump in the gym, etc., etc. But for me now, I want a slightly tighter midsection. That tends to be where I hold on to it a little bit more. So I want a tighter midsection, and I do believe getting down to 85 will see that. So that's the current goal right now, 85 kilos. I do believe I most probably will get there by the end of November. I'm not going to get there before my birthday, I don't believe so, even though that's what I'm pushing for. I like to set myself big goals that are potentially slightly out of reach, just to really get my arse in gear and get me putting the work in. If I do, brilliant, superb. But I've got 2 weeks to my birthday and 3 kilos to lose. Can it be done? Yeah. Is it going to be pretty? No. But if it doesn't happen, like, it's not the end of the world, right? I will just continue pushing into the back end of the month. And then start of December is when I got my Hyrox anyway. That's when I want to be 85 kilos for. I reckon that will see me lean, muscular, in great shape, and as well as that, a little bit lighter on my feet and being able to perform at a better standard as well. Because you've got to think, running around, doing functional with the additional weightlifting as well,
it's not optimal for me, a guy 6'1", when I'm running around at 95 kilos, right? 'Cause believe it or not, I would have been around 95, 97 kilos when I started Hyrox right at the end of last year. Yeah, I would have been around about that scale weight. So yeah, Jesus Christ. I do prefer being slightly lighter, slightly more agile, a little bit lighter on my feet, being able to move a little bit better. I feel healthier. Right now, this is probably the happiest in which I've ever been with my physique, even in comparison to my bodybuilding days. This more lifestyle look now, I feel just suits me a little bit better. I'm happier, I fit clothes better. I like the way in which I look more. I feel like I look more young, youthful. Yeah, right now, I'm just on a very good trajectory when it comes to my training and the direction in which I want to head in with my physique and my fitness journey. So yeah, it's all positive vibes here. It's all positive vibes here, brother. So yeah, that's everything for this video. Like, share, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.